So I was thinking about, so one of the things I'm really curious about also is kanang, weddings in the new normal. Have you organized any weddings in the new normal?
Um, I organized wedding in the new normal pag May. But diba at the time, it was really in the height of the pandemic. So the wedding was supposed to be, it was supposed to be May sad. But it was, mura siya 500 guests or more because they're Chinese man. So diba Chinese na gancho guests. So
Wow.
yeah, so but at that time, they pushed through with the wedding like sa church only because naano man gud ang papers. The papers were already there. The kuan ba what's that, the marriage license was already there. And if they want like push through with the wedding, they have to go all over again to file for the license. So ni push through na lang sila sa wedding, but it was in Sacred Heart, but 10 people were only allowed there. So, like including the photo and video ha, but gihangyo pag yun nila na the photo and video i-include lang ta siya. So, it was 12. So, 10 family members and one photo and one video. And then I was there, but I didn't tell the bride and the groom that I was there. Like, I like went to the church lang to see everything if it's okay, but wala ko ni sulti na I was there because I don't want manggod na makitaan ko sa Sacred Heart man to nga church, na I will be included ba. But I was just outside. I didn't go inside because dili man siya pwede. But kana siya. And then the next wedding that I did was, it was in October also, but it was only a church ceremony. So katong wedding na gyud, the full wedding na like dressed up, church reception. It was like recently lang gyud, Carl, this November. So it was really different na gyud. Daghan gyud siya, a lot of difference gyud from before.
Are there a lot of so like are there a lot of like, usually December for you is crazy, diba? I'm sure, no? And
There's
what
again, yeah.
so then how about this year? Is there a lot of weddings this year, or kanang understandably ni die down good ang number of weddings?
Die down yet because there are weddings that are pushing through this year, September, this December, but not like before. Like almost all weddings yet this year move to next year or 2022, Carl. But some of the weddings without that are booked on example, they're booked this year. They move next year, but there's no date yet, especially those who are waiting for the venues to open, and then who are not here, who are abroad. They're waiting for flights or kanagaling advisory advisory from their country. And
Yeah,
then
no, it's also what were you gonna say?
and also those who are gonna have a big wedding, is going to have a big wedding, kana sad siya, they move to next year, but they don't have a wedding date yet.
So the for the weddings that you've already done and organized, so what's different? Like it's possible, like obviously it's possible, diba? Like kanang you can still have a wedding, and then but I'm sure there's so many limitations, no, especially in the number of people, I
number
assume.
yeah, number of people inside the church, like before you can invite a lot of people inside the church. Now there's a limit to the number of people inside the church. Kids are not allowed, like there's no flower girls, there's no bearers anymore. And then like um the seats are like 1 meter good. Like they put sometimes like ribbons so that when in the church, but when you sit, the guest will sit naagid siya distancing. And then when you like mupaso ka, you have to wear mask. Imagine, like, but the bride and the groom amo lang usay we make it a point that we ask the one in charge, pwede ba ang bride and groom dili lang sila magmask? But di ba it's not also nice to look at na magpaso siya with everything with the bouquet and then magmask siya, but everyone they're really strict with that. And then sometimes like before, 'di ba, in your wedding, in one room, 'di ba, tanan mo, but the video, the photos, the groomsmen are there like in one room. Now there's also a limit to the number of persons inside your hotel room. I think it's also okay, man, Carl, because it's also for the safety, my God, of everyone.
Oh yeah, for sure. I totally agree with that. No, it's the I mean, we've already seen public gatherings are basically a way for this virus to spread very easily. And yeah, you know, doesn't get us. Kanang, these gatherings, at least in Cebu, one of the biggest public gatherings, are really weddings. No, so kanang so of course there's a change in the number of people who are allowed in the wedding. And what do they do like with receptions? Like usually sa balay na lang, di ba?
No, kaning Chateau de Busay is becoming very popular now because of outdoor. And then there's a venue naman who's accepting like weddings like um Marco Polo, like Shangri-La. Kana may ana. They're starting to accept weddings na.
But
So
what's man, do they cap the people or they like keep
yes,
them?
like
I
so
understand Chateau, and with Chateau, it's really open air, so it's in terms of safety. Murag, you're much murag, there's a lot more. It feels a lot safer. Good, like if I go to a cafe, I would rather sit outside. Good, more often
uh,
than not. No.
like if it's indoor car, if it's indoor, like 50% of the capacity of the ballroom, they will allow that. Like example, this ballroom is like pwede siya before 200, so 100 can or 75. Like usual, that's their protocol. Like basta
Uh,
50% capacity of the ballroom.
so so you've done a few weddings. So like it's kaya ra good. It's just that kanang mo na, like you cannot expect the same type of wedding as before. But kaya ra
Yeah.
gyud, like kanang if you're very willing to, I don't want the word downsize came to mind, but might not be the best word for the wedding. But like kanang get the number of people much lower.
Yeah, kaya ra gyud siya. Kaya ra baya gyud siya, but you have to kuan na lang gyud like um be safe lang gyud ba like for us suppliers also because like for me bitaw is so hard like gikan sa morning until night I'm wearing a mask. Like it's so hard for us ba na wearing a mask from morning to night. Like some kwaon lang namo siya ang mask if we like have dinner or lunch, but most of the time na nagmask yun me kay for me also I want to be safe because other people bitaw Carl now I think para nila it's really normal na abila balik na ang weddings normal na bitaw siya like for them normal na gid siya like they're not wearing a mask anymore during reception, but um but sometimes manggod the venue itself will call our attention oy di pwede haya so muna that's a time na we tell them and then we also tell the host to please like announce good na the protocol of these venues.
Oh yeah, like yeah, you can see that man. Like people. Well, hopefully with the recent news na murag na ni surge gamay ang atong number of cases. So like murag, 'di ba like kita like in Cebu earlier in the year, like we were the center of the COVID
Yeah.
cases in the Philippines, and then in a way I was kind like the the good thing about it was most of the people natagam na, no?
Mm,
So like we were actually able to last pretty long. Like I was surprised how long we've lasted nga murag our cases were very low, no?
yes. uh,
And then because I feel like the normal thing is because that's human That's what it is to be human ba. Like eventually we're gonna be like, oh, we're okay naman ni, and then mo mo relax gamay ang atong
Yeah.
restrictions. We won't be as strict on ourselves and ana. So I have to think we have to expect that number to go up again and then eventually go down again and maybe later on it will go up again. And that I think is to be expected. No. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
because
So
sa wedding sad it's kuan man good like relax. They're really very relaxed na gyud. Kanang more normal na gyud. Feeling nila normal na gyud. But dili sad ba ya? Like scary sad siya.
yeah, for sure. So it's good. It's a good thing that the venues are strict about it. And I guess part of your job as the wedding organizer is also to in a way enforce the rules, no?
Yeah.
Or make sure to somehow let people comply, no? Kana what do